And like I said before, I get a lot of mail. And I got a letter earlier this year that lodges in the memory. I got a letter, an email from an American girl. Her name, her age, and location shall remain classified. She sent in her email to me about 5 JPEGs of her naked body. And so, I'm not saying this in any way to try and impress you. Like at age 51, I still got it going on. Because I really, really don't. But in this letter, she sends me these 5 JPEGs, and she didn't say, hey, I'm naked, come and find me. She said, dear Henry, I'm a virgin, and I want you to check me out and tell me if you think a boy would like me. And this stunning display of vulnerability, it fairly takes the breath away. And so I double-clicked on one of the JPEGs. They're thumbnails, I can't see what they are. Boom, there's a naked teenage girl. And you might not believe me, but this is true. I didn't double-click on any of the other ones. My eyes acclimated, and I saw the thumbnail. It's just different shots of the versions of the one I opened up. I got it, I understand. And so she's asking me if I will look her over, like, you know, check her out like she's a car, and tell her if she's roadworthy. And that says to me that there's no one in her locality or her vicinity that she could reach out to and get some pro tips on her rapidly morphing and developing physiology. I'm 51. My youth is so far behind me, I don't remember what exit that was. And so it's a long time ago. Perhaps some of you are a little younger, and your youth is more, you know, in your life or not so far behind in your rear view. It seems to me the teenage years are like a state of wakeful schizophrenia, where like at 9 a.m., okay, who's this person I just woke up in? By noon, whoosh, the rug has been pulled out from your psyche once again. By evening, you're like, okay, like, are you kidding? Am I confused? Are you kidding? You have no idea. And the world is flying at you, and you have lots of interest and curiosity. It's like being a teenage werewolf. Like every damn day you're someone else, and you're just like, who am I now? It's infuriating and frustrating and damn confusing. And it seems to me you need a lot of information. As we perhaps agree on, education is always the way out of any bad situation. Like when Rick Perry, the governor of Texas, says abstinence works, and he hates Planned Parenthood. Oh, Planned Parenthood. You know, there's a certain guy running for president of the United States, and he says that he wants to shut down Planned Parenthood. That sounds to me like a deal breaker, as far as I'm concerned. So, we have a great respect for women's reproductive health rights and lavage. I'm not trying to get in your good graces, ladies. I'm just saying that if I was born with your parts and some man had the idea he's going to tell me what I can or cannot do with them, I'd be swinging his nuts from my rearview mirror. Women in this country put up with what they put up with. I'm not saying that you're caving in. I'm just saying, like, you have a strength and a patience that I do not understand. Because if it were me and some guy was telling me what was up, I would explode. Because we men, we don't get any kind of grief like that from women. The misogyny in this country, that's one of the things that you and I will eradicate in this century. It's below the American conversation. Not all Indian. And so, anyway, so it seems to me that if you're reaching out to some 51-year-old aging 80s era punk rock washout who's like sub VH1 level at this point, you've got worry. And so did I write her back? I wrote her back immediately. And so I said, dear American girl, rule number 1, never send naked photos of yourself to anyone on the internet ever. The internet has an awful degree of permanence and perpetuity, and you don't want your nakedness haunting you from some Facebook page for the rest of your life. You know, rule number 2, or at least memo number 2. My dear, if you were to send your nakedness to any one man on the information highway, my dear, you have sent your nudeness to the right guy. Because I have deleted all the images from my laptop to the best of my ability, which I did, and I want you to do the same, lest your hard drive fall into enemy hands. Now, as to your main query, will a boy like you? And this is no evaluation or judgment as to the state of her nakedness. We're all semi-grown up here. It is a human female with no clothes on. The bits are where you expect them to be. It is a standard operating model. It is what it is. You don't need an anatomy lesson from the likes of me. You've got it. So I said, my dear, not judging or evaluating your nakedness, if I can quote James Brown from the beginning of Live of the Apollo, Volume 3, Revolution of the Mind, where he's telling everyone in Harlem what's going to be that night. He said, the whole show's coming! My dear, the whole show is coming. In the next few years of your life, you're going to get interest from boys, men, girls, and women to such a degree where you might become jaded as to all of this sex and romance jazz. Emo boys will leave messages on your cell phone up to 5 hours a week of screaming in agony, boy rants, because you have deflected their great affections with your even greater indifference. Emo boys will run tearfully, screaming your name through moonlit cornfields. They will desperately and urgently, with tear-filled eyes, dry hump the outside of your house as they look longingly in through the living room window at the family couch, knowing that at one point you have placed your vulva right there. And they will take said cushion, hug it to their chest, and never let it go. So that is coming your way, I guarantee it. Now, that being the case, my dear, you're going to have to stop hurling your nakedness onto the raw auction block of the internet. You are not some party favor. You are not an hors d'oeuvre. You are a human being deserving of affection and kindness and contact and all that stuff. But you are entering into the adult world where everything is for keeps. It's a very fast world where people play in a very mean way. And so the anonymity of the internet affords people to be one thing, but really be another. So I said, don't let your first date be your last, because no doubt you're curious. You want to meet a boy. So you go on the internet, you go into a chat room, and bam! All of a sudden, out of nowhere, you meet your online Romeo, who's 17 years old, handsome, hunky, Justin Bieber-esque. He loves your poetry. He's a great listener. He asks you out on a date. You are thrilled. You find out that he lives fairly far away, but he's going to strike a deal with you. He'll drive halfway between his home to yours, and you'll meet at a Dunkin' Donuts and talk about everything. And that means you're going to get in your car with the MapQuest map and drive 225 miles over a state border to this Dunkin' Donuts and meet your 54-year-old sexual predator who will take you into his murder van, rape you repeatedly and brutally, break your neck, hack your body into pieces, and put the body parts in several plastic bags that he'll throw out the window of his murder van as he drives back to the state of Florida, 1,100 miles away, for the highway patrol to pick up the next day. Is that what you want your first and last date to be? Well, is it? Now, you might be wondering where the hell I think I get off writing such an overwhelmingly, overbearingly authoritarian letter to a young American female that I've never even met. Well, I'm glad I asked me. At this state of the station, right now in my life, I reckon I'm like Zarathustra, coming down from mountain high in spring, long white beard waving in the breeze, mighty staff in hand, preaching stentorian from the mount, said. And I sent that off. And it took this nice gal like 48 hours to get back to me. I think she was winded. Like, wow, it was like getting thrown into the boards. There was a lot of stuff I laid on her. It was like that scared straight thing. I wanted to shake her up just a little bit. Sending naked photos of a 51-year-old man. My dear, deal. So, no. And so she wrote back, she's like, wow, thanks, I think. What the hell was I thinking? I said, no harm, no foul, my young friend. You're thinking like a young person. You got a lot of questions, it's okay. But you know what? You got to take good care of yourself. You have to respect yourself. You have to hold yourself in a certain level of esteem so others may do so. I'm not a doctor. You got a lot of real questions about anatomy. I've got the other parts. I don't know what to tell you. Besides, respect yourself. Do not run up to this stuff. Walk up to it with care. You have your whole life to live and a body to enjoy, and you deserve the respect and the kindness. So that, you know, it's not going to go away. It's just, you know, that's what you're after is going to be around until you're about 85. So don't worry about that. But you need to find someone in your locality, your vicinity, to give you some pro tips, because I'm no doctor. I'm just your aging punk rock friend on the American Internet highway. And so I sent that off, and I only hope that she does well for herself. She deserves good stuff. But it seems to me, it's very hard to be a young person in the world now, as everything comes at you, 80,000 bytes a second in high definition. Back in my day, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have cell phones. Like, you hope to cop a feel before you were 40. That's what we are. Is it going to happen? Probably not. Okay. Just keep on turning up the music and just like, oh, life is pain. And so, it made me very powerful.